Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles Sabanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment. We give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And folks, we got some drama here today, but before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, we're going to be finally launching our Dreamers Pro community on the 27th of this month. So if you guys want to get access to secure a one-time 70% off offer, please make sure you go ahead and join the waiting list. We have that pinned in the comments below, in the description below. We have over 500 signups. Make sure you don't miss out on that if you're interested in it. Anyway, let's get into today's show. So, y'all know the talk of the town right now is the fact that ratings are down in the NBA. There have been complaints about the way the game's being played. There have been complaints about the load management. There have been complaints about the general attitude of the NBA towards its fans. They've talked about the players' disposition these days. And funny enough, yesterday I just zoomed in quickly to Gil's Arenas panel. And I saw like the first maybe for 2 minutes of this. They were talking about this. And I forgot the female guest that's always there. I forgot her name, but she was there and she was like, yeah, people don't know what they're talking about. It's no big deal. People don't understand the numbers and what's going on here. People just want something to talk about. Well, I guarantee you very soon they're going to be changing their entire tune because LeBron James has said something now and all of them are going to be like, well, now that LeBron says it, now that I think about it, there may be a problem after all. Well, folks, LeBron James is making news today. Now, why? As you guys know, the Lakers beat the Sacramento Kings yesterday, but going into that game, he was speaking to members of the press, and they were talking about a bunch of things, longevity, blah, blah, blah. But then they got to the point where they were discussing the state of affairs of the NBA game. Now, LeBron James, he really knows how to work the media, and from time to time, he'll say one thing and then say another thing that he knows is going to make a lot of headlines. And LeBron said, it's not just that the All-Star game has a problem. He's like, the entire game itself of basketball really needs to be re-examined and looked at because the thing doesn't really seem to be going in the right direction right now. I was like, well, looks like the face of the NBA is deciding to enter the chat and chime into this. So I'm like, this is something we definitely have to discuss today. Before we even go any further, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports with over 10 million members. Prize Picks makes it easy to get real money action on the sports and players you love. You pick more or less on at least 2 for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. For example, this week on Prize Picks, I'm looking at the upcoming NBA schedule and selecting Stephen Curry for more than 29 points and Kevin Durant for more than 27 points and Anthony Davis for more than 12 rebounds and Luka Doncic for more than 8 assists. If you're like me and you like to play it safe, you'll love Prize Picks' new feature, Flex Plays. It's the safest way to play. You can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. Plus, you can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. On top of this, Prize Picks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money as quick as in 15 minutes. So download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do is play exactly what LeBron had to say about the current state of affairs of the NBA, and then we're going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to what LeBron James had to say here.
Where are you at on the All-Star game and the changes in the debate about what it would take to?
Yeah, I don't really have where I'm at about it. I mean, it had to change. Something had to change. No, I did not.
Okay.
I was not part of the committee.
He said he didn't like it. I think booked it too.
Everyone has their own opinion.
It's pretty unorthodox. Obviously.
Yeah, I mean, it's different, in a sense. But I don't know. I don't really have a. We see. We see when we get there. It's different. Obviously, anytime you make some type of change, it's going to be some buck back. I don't know. I mean, I have my ideas of what could possibly work.
That's kind of why, I'd love to get
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
But like coming out of Indiana, when you saw the reaction.
We got to do something. Obviously, the last couple of years have not been a great All-Star game that Sunday night. But I mean, listen, it's a bigger conversation. It's not just the All-Star game. It's our game in general. Our game is, it's a lot of being shot. So it's a bigger conversation, just the All-Star game.
What do you want to see?
I can't do that today. Not in Sacramento. Sacramento, I love you guys, but you can't give you this conversation today. It's just a bigger conversation.
So you heard what LeBron James had to say. What are my thoughts on this? I think LeBron is cognizant of the issues that exist. And I think the reason LeBron is able to speak from this perspective is because LeBron James is from the old school. People seem to forget LeBron has been in the NBA for 22 years. All right, 22 years. LeBron came into the NBA when the 2003 draft. So LeBron came into the NBA when they were still playing defense. He's aware of the 90s and how the game was played then. And you can see the evolution of the game over time. LeBron has been here to witness it. Now, the irony in his comments, which I thought was just very, very ironic, was him saying the amount of damn threes that are being taken in the game today. There are too many damn threes. The irony of this is that LeBron himself is someone that takes a lot of threes as well, right? He's someone else. He's a player that is also known for attempting a lot of threes. This season, he's attempting 5.6. Last season, he attempted 5.1. But the season prior to that, he was attempting 6.9. And the season before that, he attempted a career high 8 3-pointers a game. 8. That's to a quarter. So LeBron, I think, is aware of the problem that exists in the NBA, but he's also part of the product. So he himself has to adapt within it. The same thing that Joe Mazzulla said. He said, I'm very much as part of the problem as anybody else. Because the Boston Celtics, I think, on certain nights, they take about 53-point shots in a game, which is crazy. That's over 10 threes a quarter, right? A quarter. It's madness. So I think that LeBron is aware of the problem. He's also aware of the fact that he's part of the problem, but he understands that something needs to change. And the fact of the matter is, something does need to change. The way the game is played needs to change. They are overemphasizing the three-point shot and getting to the free throw line, and there's no balance anymore. In the past, when you looked at certain players in the past, marquee names, these guys were good at a myriad of things. And they all had different games to a certain extent. AI's game was peculiar to him. Carmelo's game was peculiar to him. LeBron's game was peculiar to him. Kobe's game was peculiar to him. Shaq's game was peculiar to him. Westbrook's game was different. KD's game was a little bit different. So stylistically, there was something different. But what ended up happening was, because the NBA is a copycat league, they copied the Golden State Warriors. And the Golden State Warriors weren't the only ones that did it, because Mike D'Antoni played a role in that with the Houston Rockets. He started it off really with the Phoenix Suns, and now the entire game is run amok. Whereas one three-point shooting contest, obviously the nerds have infiltrated the building, and they've now turned this thing into some math equation. And the problem is, the NBA is an entertainment league. You're here to entertain people. And I think that these guys are not factoring the entertainment value of it all. They forgot all about the entertainment. And when people aren't watching, that says something. I want you guys to bear this in mind. The NBA has lost about 48% of his audience in 2013. 48%. Now, that was the year Kobe tore his Achilles. Is there any correlation between that? I don't know. It's just a little strange that the year Kobe tore his Achilles was the year we started to witness a rapid decline in viewership. But also, there's other things that have contributed to it. You also have to look at certain companies trying to infuse politics into sports. It's something that doesn't work. Politics and sports don't work. It does not work. It don't work. It don't work. You cannot mix the two. You just cannot. If we've tried it. Before we open our other channel called Here's What I Think with me, Charles Tabansi. If you guys are not subscribed to that, if you're interested in that, you can check that out. Here's What I Think is the name of it. We tried to broach some political videos on our channel just to see if we could do it, and they would lose subs like crazy, regardless of what we're talking about, because it was so polarizing, and that was a mistake. Let's just call it what it is. It was a mistake. I think the NBA deciding to take a political stance was a mistake because it alienated a lot of people. A lot of people, whether you like it or not. And to me, I think it's something that they should have had the foresight to be able to kind of predict. Like, you just don't do it. It's not smart business. Regardless of your political affiliation, you could have been had Republican views, and it would have turned off people on the left and Democrats. You could have had vice versa, in which they had Democratic views on ESPN in particular, and it turned off people. So you lose your audience. And the question is, why would you do that? Why would you risk that? But that's the risk that they took, and I believe that that's also playing a role. So there's a lot of things going on, a lot of things about style of play, load management, the amount of apathy that players have towards the game, the NBA itself, and then some of these other things that are playing in the game. So there's a lot of things to talk about, and I think LeBron James is 100% on the money there, 100%. So what I want to know from you guys, what do you think about our analysis? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you guys on the next show. Peace.